was younger, we had a career day at school, and the teacher said, oh, you got to choose a career, you got to choose a path and go through the steps and so that you can pursue it. And I told my teacher, I said, well, I want to be a racer. And teacher says, well, that's not an option, you can't pick that. And I said, well, that's what I'm going to do. And we went back and forth, and finally I said, okay, whatever, you win. But looking back now, I wish she could come over and see what I've achieved with my decision. So I grew up about 5 miles from here. When I was really young, we went to visit my uncle. One of my cousins had a three-wheeler, and he put me on the front of that thing. And I remember I was still pretty small, and he gave me a ride. And at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, like I gotta figure out how to get my parents to get me something like this. Made the honor roll, and my parents were pumped, and they got me a used YZ80, and I finally talked them into taking me to the races. And we went to the races, and it was an eye-opener. I battled for last place in the 80 beginner class. I mean, and things kind of progressed really quick because I wanted it so bad. And my parents were willing to help me out, and they were taking me to the races. By the time I turned like, it's late 17 or early 18 years old, I got a pro license. I was racing the pro class and trying to race the pro class. For me, running all three, the dirt bike, ATV, and side-by-side it's unique. It's definitely unique. It's kind of nice because it breaks up the monotony. I'm not just riding a dirt bike every day. I'm not just riding a quad every day. The average race weekend for me, I don't pack any special foods. I don't pack any special protein mixes, drinks, anything like that. I'm a firm believer in doing the same thing that you do every day. And for me, it's usually a tri-tip and some beer, a little bit. You don't want to mix it up as far as I'm concerned. I mean, why change your program when you're headed to a race if you don't do that every day? I mean, consistency is number one, and it's just like my equipment. I try to have all of my stuff ready to go at the races. I mean, and you got to finish. This last year I had a 549 on my side-by-side, and it was a cool number when I first achieved it. I got my pro license, they gave me 549. It was awesome then, but then it kind of wears off. I mean, I was 17, and I put the 549 on there because I lost the championship last year, my side-by-side, but we won this year, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to put it on. Because now all my vehicles are matching one plates. I race 2 different series, and on the works end of things, I take my family to all the events, and it's cool. It breaks it up. Like, they'll go with me this weekend, and then the next weekend I'll be on my own or with my friends, at the racetrack. My daughter loves to drive, and she loves to race or side-by-side, and my 8-year-old's starting to get into it right now, and it's pretty fun. It's really fun. I have a good time with them, like around here in the back, letting them play around in their cars. It's a good time just to kick back and watch and let them do their own thing, and they'll be cruising around the track, and you can hear them kind of like singing or having fun, and that's what it's all about. It's more about having fun. This is why you do it. You do it because it's fun. You love to do it, and it's a good time. Don't lose that drive. The thing I can be most proud about is being able to pull off doing something that I love and having a great family, a good surrounding, like a good background and a good place for my kids to grow up and live. I've just been able to do so much just because I jumped on the quad that one weekend. It's unbelievable, and I don't know how I pulled it off, but I'm here.